Hey, welcome to the joint stream of MLS Making Law Simple and Nick Star of Trial Watch.
Yo.
Nick, it has been too long since you and I have done a team up, and I think it's about time that we get the band back together. Right?
Yeah, we haven't done something proper together since we ended the Jody Eris.
Yeah.
And that it was in August last year.
Yeah, it's been a minute, and I'm glad to see you were able to grow your hair out so quickly.
Yeah, I made a little April Fool's joke with the help of AI. I removed.
I sent it to my wife, and she's like, "Oh, please tell me that was AI and not he didn't actually do it." Like, I don't know, but it looks really good. It looks
Yeah, AI and is getting scary good.
Yeah.
Scary good because it actually looked like I shaved my head, but no, it was it was an April Fool's joke.
Yes, so this is a channel and trial update, and what got horses to milk has said, yes, this is very true. I am moving to Sweden to live out my life in a poly relationship with both Nick and Baker. So
Yeah,
we can look forward to that.
Yeah,
But
it's going to be a joint Swedish-Danish poly. We will be residing in between Sweden and Denmark on Ven, and we will live happily ever after.
Yeah, that's exactly how it's going to go. And thank you very much, Dolly, and everyone who came over from Dolly Talk and sent over his stream redirected to us. That was very nice of you. Lori's prosecutor and one are lovers in 19. Wait, what? Lori Vallo's prosecutor and Juan Martinez are lovers. I hope that's true. That would be amazing.
I saw something on X by Mr. Nurmi that some things they're using the same expert in the Lori Wellow case as in the Jody Arist. Well, in Lori Wellow's trial as in Jody Arist trial. And then I saw something about a long-time girlfriend with Juan Martinez. And I'm an okay. So yeah, apparently. Yeah.
Wait, what? Just so we all know, Dave is the biggest. Oh, where it counts. Yeah. There we go. That's right.
Counts, not without the O.
But hey, everybody, been there, done that. Welcome. All right. So we have a new trial coming up. There is a police officer, former Grand Rapids police officer, who is being charged with second-degree murder in the unaliving of Patrick Lyoya. I don't know how you pronounce his name. I'm never
me neither. In this case, me neither.
Yeah. So his name, the officer's name, is Christopher Schurr. And actually, I want to say it was April of 2022. He shot and killed Patrick Lyoya. And the question is, was it self-defense or was it essentially an overzealous police officer? So that trial, it's been going on for a while. I did a stream a couple of years ago with Detroit Police Commissioner Willie Burton, and he has to forgive me for not remembering his name, a Grand Rapids city councilman at the time all this happened, to discuss that. And I have re-uploaded that video as a premiere, which this on my channel anyways will be redirected to after this. But as a lead up to that, I want to talk a little bit about the case so you guys all know what's going on and what to expect in this trial. And for that, this is a Court of Appeals opinion that came out in January of last year, but this is a good synopsis sort of what at least the allegations are. And it actually says synopsis. How about that? So it is uncontested that on April 4th, 2022, defendant, then a Grand Rapids police officer on patrol, shot and killed Patrick. I think that's Lyoya. I think
Lyoya. Yeah, I don't want to do anything racist by. Yeah.
Well, he is a black man. During a struggle, while the defendant was attempting to arrest Lyoya, the defendant had initiated a traffic stop. Lyoya did not cooperate with the instructions to stay in the vehicle, did not produce a driver's license, attempted to escape defendant's efforts to take him into custody, and a physical struggle ensued. We do have video of this, so which we're going to play in a minute too. At one point, while holding on Loyola's sweater with his left hand, the defendant drew his taser. Lyoya deflected it with his left hand and grabbed the taser's barrel. The man wrestled while remaining on his feet, during which the taser discharged twice, neither time hitting Lyoya. The two struggled over control of the taser and ended up on the ground with Lyoya face down and his hands and knees and defendants on top of his back. So basically, the Lyoya is on his belly and the officer is on top of him. Defendant was unsuccessful at getting Lyoya to let go of the taser. While still on Loyola's back, the defendant drew his service weapon and fired a single shot into the back of Loyola's head, killing him. So it sounds from this context fairly execution style. And but let's watch the body cam video here. Now, this might be disturbing to some. If you guys are regulars to either Nick and I's channel, probably not to you. But let me know if you can't hear it too. I think I shared everything properly. You guys hear that?
I see it, but I don't hear anything.
No? Okay. Let's try this again. Present, share screen. I'll just share the screen itself.
Are you frozen? You're frozen.
Oh my God. Hang on.
Hello, folks. Yeah, this is a case. Did the cop did anything bad that resulted in a person's death? Hello, Dolly. Hello, Young. Hello, Wendy. 50 Patrol, SB, and everything. Let's see. He's back. There he is. No?
Yeah. Okay. I don't know what happened. But let's try this again. All right. Let's see if you guys are able to hear it now. We're professionals after all, right, Nick?
Sure.
All right.
The car. Stay in the car.
You guys hear that?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So he's obviously pulled him over. He's telling him to stay in the car. That's Lyoya there in the car, and this is the defendant's body cam.
Get in the car. Dude, I'm stopping you. You have a license? Do you have a license?
For what?
I'm stopping you. Do you have a license?
What do?
Do you have a driver's license? Do you speak English?
Yes.
Can I see your license?
What do you want?
The plate doesn't belong on this car. Do you have a license or no? Do you have a driver's license?
Yes.
Where is it at?
It's in the car.
Get it for me.
What do you want?
The plate does not belong on this car.
Let me. Grab me my right there. Right there.
I miss them too. That guy should stream more often, right, Josie?
Yeah.
So the plates don't match the car. That was the initial reason for the stop.
No. Stop. Put your hands right. Stop. 1915. You got one running. North, wow. Stop. Stop.
So we talk about it more with the Detroit Police Commissioner and City Councilman, but where did the officer go wrong? Where did he go? He went wrong, like right here. Like, get the guy on the ground and then step back a bit. He's like on top of him. So it's interesting. Normally, officers want to keep their distance with suspects. At least that's what I'm told. I'm not a cop.
Okay. Dang.
Stop! Stop!
Okay.
Get your hands behind your back!
Okay.
Hands behind your back!
Okay.
So in Michigan in particular, I know for a fact, and I'm presuming in most states as well, at least in the US, there's a database system where the cops can run a license plate and it'll tell you the make, model that it's assigned to and who the owner is. And if it comes back as, you know, being assigned to a Jeep Wrangler and you're driving a Toyota Corolla, obviously that plate doesn't belong on that car.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
we have the same over here. But you still have to have a probable cause to run the plate here.
Yeah,
So
see,
he has just done something. Something must have happened, at least over here. You can't just run a random plate.
so in the United States, the well, at least I know the Michigan Supreme Court has said that the license plate is not private information. Running a plate is not considered a search and seizure for the purposes of constitutional protected rights. And if you operate a vehicle on a public highway, then you are essentially consenting to the police searching your plate number. And they do it a lot for a variety of things, whether it be parking violations. And if you ever watch Parking Wars, it's a TV show. One of the segments is actually filmed in Detroit, and they drive by with police scanners and they scan the license plates. And if a car is parked illegally, or if it has too many warrants, or not too many warrants, too many tickets, there's a certain threshold, they'll actually tow the vehicle. And that's how they find out, by running the plates.
Yeah.
Put your hands behind your back.
Okay.
1950, 74 cars.
Okay. Okay.
Stop.
Okay.
Stop resisting.
What do you do?
Let go of the taser.
You can really hear the officer out of breath. He's breathing heavy.
Yeah. Now, one question I have here: at what point do you try to disengage, go back, or try to get back, because they're holding on to each other here? At what point, in order to get distance, do you just push the guy away to get distance? What are some protocols for this cop?
Well, you know, we talk about it a lot with the police commissioner and the city councilman on my stream that will be premiering in shortly, maybe at 2:00. I can't remember what I said it for. So I can't remember what they say, but they're the ones that know, right? They're the ones that police the police. And so they talk a lot about that. But at this point, in my mind, I would step back. He's got a taser. Okay, I got a gun, right? You step back, you train the gun on him. You try to get control of the situation, maybe wait for backup. If he runs, you follow him, but you got to wait for backup. You're obviously out of breath. You've been tackling this guy. You're out of breath. You're sort of exhausted and you need to step back. I don't believe the stop was illegal. I don't think that's being challenged. The stop was legal as far as the Court of Appeals is concerned. Although I could be wrong. It's been a while since I read the opinion.
What's the problem?
Let go of the taser.
So the body cam is deactivated, and then it comes back on when they are doing chest compressions. Now we get the video from a different angle as well. I believe the passenger of the victim was also recording this. So that's when we come back to this. Let me see here. Oh, wait, that's not this video. So hang on. Let me pull my screen down real quick. Let me see if I could find that video. Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. So let me share this screen real quick.
How does the body cam go off? Well, in a struggle, and it depending on which kind of body cam you have the actual activation button on top of it or side of it.
Yeah.
Where you switch it on or off. You can have an automatic on or off. This I don't know what kind of body cam this was.
Okay, so now this is the video taken from the pedestrian. And I don't remember if this was the passenger in the victim's vehicle or not.
Ground. Officer Schurr pulls his gun, shoots Lyoya in the back of the head, dead. Prosecutor says this is not a case of self-defense for the officer, and this is split Grand Rapids.
It's a huge amount of community pressure that thinks I should charge, and if I don't charge, something's going to happen. But I mean, literally just before I came over here, I got an email from somebody saying, I don't think you should charge. So there's a lot of people that think that this should not be charged.
The circumstances, a white police officer killing an unarmed black man, use of force, the nation watching this case in Grand Rapids.
Okay, so first of all, I don't think he's unarmed if he takes the officer's taser. If you take someone else's weapon, then you are no longer unarmed. You've armed yourself. And so they don't show the whole video here, but that's okay. We get the gist of it. We get the idea of the position they were in when the fatal shot was fired. My whole argument is that officer should have stepped back, but he also the victim wasn't unarmed. He had a taser. That's considered a weapon.
Yeah. When we read the synopsis, I got the impression they were flat on the ground when this happened, and obviously they weren't. If you look at the pedestrian, it was more of a hunched position where he had half the back.
Yeah,
but
I believe this officer acted inappropriately and should be convicted just based on the video. But I'm not an expert, and
because was he really scared of his life or great bodily harm? Because it seems like even though you see him hold on to the taser, there's a struggle. Were there an active threat of life or great bodily harm? Because as I see it, even though Mr. Lyoya was resisting and everything, it was a defensive resisting, not an offensive resisting.
Right. And that's true to some extent. I think the officer, like Matt says here, bad police tactics led to the incident, but bad tactics is not enough to make an officer guilty. I would say up to the point that he pulled the gun while on top of him is what makes the officer guilty. When in that situation, again, I'm trying to remember back to this video that I made with the Detroit police commissioner and stuff. It's 2 years ago. But when they're in that situation, they need to step back, take control of the situation, and that would have been a better decision for the officer to make.
To disengage at some point in a struggle. You have determine is this worth it, because backup is on the way. You have the guy on camera, the car. There is a passenger you can question. Now, in an active struggle, it's hard to think right, but also I don't see the necessity, and especially where he shot. He could have chosen to shoot him in the ass or an arm or the leg, but to go actively to the back of his head.
I think Andrew Branca would argue that if you're going to shoot, you shoot to kill, right?
Yeah.
So, but the question is whether or not the officer was justified in that moment with shooting to kill.
Mm-hmm. Well, while we are talking about Mr. Branca, congratulations to Mr. Branca for now being Supreme Court certified.
Oh, is he? Very
Yeah.
cool.
The other day, he posted it on X.
Mm.
So he is now Supreme Court certified.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's because you should have had control of the situation. Yeah, the officer did not have control of the situation at all from the jump. So from the jump, the tactics were completely bad. He had no control over that situation. I agree with that. And then he got himself in a situation where he is out of breath, exhausted after wrestling with this guy for a minute and a half, which can we talk about cardio for some of our police officers a little bit?
Yeah. No. Could I wrestle somebody for a minute and a half? Well, not that kind of wrestling, at least, but
You know what, Nick? Next time I see you, I'm taking off my clothes and we're wrestling. We're going to go at least a minute and a half.
At least a minute and a half.
Wendy says
I will just sit on you.
Yeah,
I mean,
I know. It won't last long. Wendy said she didn't see the taser in his hand. I'm going to play this part again. So he's got the taser in his hand, and both of them are holding it at this point, it looks like, if we back it up just a frame or two. At some point, the officer says that the victim had control of it entirely, or at least wouldn't let go of it.
Let go of the taser!
Yeah, why is the cop so winded? Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, he really hasn't been doing much. He's been dancing around.
yeah.
You know,
He caught up with him within a few seconds, and almost also within 20 seconds, he's out of breath. That's a guy in panic mode.
he didn't pull the dude over for child rape or anything.
Yeah.
So why? Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, okay, so we got out of his car. You don't necessarily know where he lives, but you don't have to immediately try to take him down on your own. This isn't an emergency situation. And then let's see if I can find the cell phone, the full cell phone video.
Yeah, there's a lot of issues here, and mostly is not to the officer's advantage here, because it's a license plate. You pull them over. Okay, he stepped out. He stepped out of the car without being told to. And first he says, get back in the car. And then he stops asking him to get back in the car and starts asking for his license. And it's a bad stop, but I don't think this is an illegal stop, but it's a bad conduct stop.
If you're considering if you're considering arguing with a cop, at the end of the day, your argument should be in the courtroom, because this guy wanted to argue and fight with a cop, and now he's no longer dead, and or he's no longer alive rather, and whatever happens to this officer, if he gets convicted and sent away for the rest of his life, this guy still is dead. So maybe just don't argue with the cops. But this should be the full cell phone video. Let's see.
Officer tries and fails to use his taser. Lyoya grabs it.
There it is.
The officer's body camera is deactivated during the struggle. It comes back on as an officer appears to give Lyoya CPR. Cell phone footage from Lyoya's passenger shows what happened when the body camera was off.
Let go of the taser!
Lyoya is on the ground and the officer is on top of him when he fires a single shot, ending both the struggle and Lyoya's life.
Oh, that's a bad position for the cop.
Yeah.
Because at that point, he had the entirety of his back. He let go of the taser, got on top, and actively pointed.
I don't know if he meant to pull the trigger or not. His argument is self-defense. That's why he pulled the gun, and I think he needs to maintain that. And you can't have accidental self-defense, right? So you either had to have intended to pull the trigger or it's an accident. You didn't mean to pull the trigger. but you intended to pull your gun out. It's gonna be a tricky line for this cop.
Yeah.
Let's see what else this video shows.
Entire encounter from the traffic stop to the fatal gunshot last less than 4 minutes. Lyoya was unarmed.
Well, they were on. Go back a few seconds. 10 seconds, something.
Lyoya was.
Why didn't it go back?
There you have backup.
I think that's the officer.
Oh, it's the same officer.
Yeah, I think that's the same officer waiting for the backup.
Last less than 4 minutes.
Are you sure?
Last less than 4 minutes. On top of him when he fires a single shot, ending both the struggle and Lyoya's life.
Nelson, north of Greg, suspect down.
The entire encounter from the traffic stop.
It cuts away. We don't have the full video. Presumably they'll have it at trial and we'll be able to see the full video. But yeah, I think that's the same cop. It doesn't look good to me for this cop. This particular case. It just does not look good.
Yeah, so he, as William says, he let go of the taser in order to get to a better position for the shot. It looks like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that you know what? That's actually that's a fair argument to be made. Now he could come back and say, "Well, I lost full control, full grip on the taser, and at that point, he was 100% in control of that weapon, and that's when I had my self-defense."
Yeah, but he already had pulled his gun, and then he let go of the taser.
All right, let's go back. Let's go back. We got the video here. Somewhat. It's not the best video.
Footage from Lyoya's passenger shows what happened when the body camera was off.
Let go, taser!
Lyoya is on the ground and the officer is on top of him when he fires a single shot, ending both the struggle.
And then he lets go of the taser.
Yeah, it looks like he pulled his hand up from underneath Lyoya
after he
drew his gun. Yeah, it does look like that. That's very interesting. Let's go back one more time.
Off.
Let go, taser!
Lyoya is on the ground and the officer is on top of him when he fires a single shot, ending both the struggle and Lyoya's life.
Yep. The biggest point of criticism that I have is for everyone to say that he was unarmed. He grabbed the taser from the officer. It's clear. I don't know how they're going to dispute that he didn't have control of the taser, and that means that he is armed, right? So let's take that for where it is. It's underneath him, Jung. If you look at the earlier part of the video, he grabs it and pulls it down under him. But yeah, it's. I mean, he could still be armed and not justify self-defense.
And I don't see that they were struggling about the actual gun.
No, they never struggled about the actual gun.
Lyoya grabs it. The officer's
see, so there's the taser. And they're both holding onto the taser right there.
Body camera is deactivated during the struggle. It comes back on as an officer appears to give Lyoya CPR. Cell phone footage from Lyoya's passenger shows what happened when the body camera was off.
Let go, taser!
Lyoya is on the ground and the officer is on top of him when he fires a single shot, ending both the struggle and Lyoya's life.
So
yeah, it doesn't look like he ever. It'd be a weird position to have to reach back and try to grab for the gun. I think it's clear that the taser is underneath Lyoya at the time, at least in this image. And
yeah, and it
doesn't reach for the gun.
To me, it looks like when he actively pushes him down while he have the gun. So
this is the type of case that probably should go to a trial, right?
Yeah.
This is not a clear-cut case, and that's what jury trials are for. When there's enough evidence to be like, I could see where you're coming from, and I could see potentially beyond a reasonable doubt. These are the cases that go to trial. Other cases like Karen Reed or some BS RICO charge because you said something in a rap video, those probably not so much.
Yeah.
So anyway, so the trial is set to start April 28th, and Nick and I are going to stream it between our two schedules, with Nick being 6 hours ahead of me. We're going to sort of tag team this. I'm not sure exactly how the logistics are going to work, but we are going to bring it to you.
Yeah.
And it should be a good trial.
So I'm guessing the natural schedule is that I will morning schedule, and then we switch around lunch, and you take over.
Yeah, that could work. That could definitely work out. And I cleared my whole schedule, so as long as I don't have anything pressing, I should be able to join you for the morning schedules too.
And maybe we can ask Mr. Branca about his opinion.
Yeah, I'd love to get his input on this, and maybe he wants to join us. My thought is maybe we want to do a stream before it starts, watching the preliminary examination, because we do have that, and that could be quite interesting.
Yeah, if there are any pre-trial motions that were streamed or televised, it could be good to hear some background leading up to this about arguments that was made pre-trial.
Yeah, no, I think that'd be really good. So in the next couple of weeks, expect a few videos from Nick and I about this as we get ready for the trial. I don't know how long the trial is supposed to take. Actually, I called the court because it wasn't even on the court's docket. Everyone, including the prosecutor, is saying it's ready to start on April 28th. So I'm assuming that's the right date, even though it's not on the court's docket. But I'll try to get an idea as to how long this trial is going to take. I can't imagine it being longer than a week or 2 weeks. I mean, there's not a whole lot of witnesses here. There's essentially 3 witnesses, and there's probably going to be some investigating officers. So 4, 5, 6, 7, and maybe some experts. I can't imagine it being a really long trial. There's not a lot of moving parts here, right? So it'll be interesting. But yeah, April 29th. April 28th is what I have, not the 29th. Oh yeah, okay, you corrected yourself. Got it. Yeah. So stay tuned for that. That's about all I have to say. If you're on my channel, you're gonna get redirected to a video that like I said, I did.
Can you post the link so I can redirect to it too?
Yep, I will.
If I even can do it, I have no idea.
Yeah, you should. I will. I'll put it in chat so that everyone can get it, and then I'll also put it in private chat to you, so you should be able to copy it and go there. So so that is the video. Again, it's with Detroit Police Commissioner Willie Burton, another guest who is the city councilman for Grand Rapids. We recorded this back in 2022, a few months after the charges were initially brought, and it is set to go live in 11 minutes. So that's good timing. So I'll send you guys over there, and then Nick will redirect and send you guys over there.
Yep.
Like the channel, subscribe if you are interested in more coverage like this. Go check out Nick's channel. I put a link in to Nick's channel in my chat. I'll also put it in the channel description or in the video description below, so you guys can go check it out there. And stay tuned. So if you're tired of the Karen Reed saga, come watch our trial. It'll be better.
Yeah. Other than that, tomorrow I am starting another trial. Texas versus Takei. Of Mr. Takei is accused of murder. He's already in prison for 55 years for another murder. He was a minor when both these murders occurred. So this is the second murder where he now faces. He can't, since the offense was when he was a minor. He's not he can't be sentenced to the death penalty, but he is risking. So the trial has already started. It's a Judge Stephanie Boyd trial.
Nice.
And she is, in my opinion, one of the good judges. So we'll have so that will be really interesting to see, because so far I've only covered the ordinary day-to-day court docket things. It will be interesting to see her in actual trial, and it is a capital murder trial.
Nice. That'll be very interesting. I will be watching that one, and I am just working on some background stuff for my analytics. There we go. All right, I had to say this wasn't for children. Apparently, I didn't say that earlier. This is not for kids. If you're a child, turn it off. Turn it off.
Mm.
Don't go back or anything. So all right, great. Well, we'll leave you guys with that. Go check out the other video. Check out Nick's stream tomorrow. Are you going to stream at all today, or the trial just starts tomorrow? You going to stream tomorrow?
I'm going to stream tomorrow. I'm going to start stream because yesterday was opening statements. Today was a hearing day, and just part of the day. And tomorrow it should go ahead, and so I will be caught up in no time.
And if you have watched me in the past and you're wondering why you're not getting notifications, YouTube might have unsubscribed you. So make sure you tell your friends, like, hey, remember that MLS guy and Nick? They're doing a trial together. So go check them out. All the help is appreciated. All
Okay.
Right. Take care, all. I don't have an exit video because I'm still working on my new one. So I'm just going to send you off.
Yep.
And all right. Take care, guys. Bye.
See you. Bye-bye.